This is a very different type of video for Creative Maritimer. My house got broken into. Actually, it was my mom's house. She had recently passed away, probably about a few weeks back, and I was just trying to figure out a way of kind of picking up all the pieces and figuring out what to do with her stuff. And I wasn't even back a week, and then somebody booted down the door. I'll show you the video of what my surveillance camera caught. If you're interested, it's about 8 seconds long. So the guy saw the camera and he basically turned around and left. I don't have any video cameras outside, so in the Creative Maritimer fashion, I went overboard. Well, no, not really. The house is actually probably worth a lot, but I ended up spending $1,000 in surveillance cameras. So here I have a Eufy security camera. Not a product endorsement whatsoever. Don't even know if it works properly or how well it works. It hooks up by mains voltage, so I got to figure out a way of wiring that up, and it has a bloody spotlight. Apparently that works really, really well. So I'm happy with that. I also have a couple of... sorry, my area is kind of a mess because I'm just going through a lot of stuff to get stuff going. I bought 2 of these Eufy indoor security cameras. Now, the brand... My 3D printers, a Eufy 3D printer, used to be called Anchor Make, and these are from basically Anchor. So I thought, I don't know, why not, right? Not a product endorsement. Anyway, I've got some other toys that I'm building. Now, these are my toys. I have a very disappointing strobe light that I think I'm going to probably return. You know those LED lamps that I was making? Well, this is probably more bright than this. I can make this strobe just as easy as that, so I may end up returning that. The idea was supposed to be that at nighttime it would kind of be visually assaulting inside the house type of thing. That was kind of my idea. I have... Let's see if I can actually bring this in screen here. I have... thing about magnets is that they stick to everything. I have an amplifier board right here. And what this will do is that I can power it using 12 volts, so that shouldn't be an issue. And then I have an Arduino type of it's like an SD card and an audio board that's kind of all in one. So when it powers up, it'll play. I don't need to have this connected. It can go in through that. Anyway, my idea is that I want to turn this up as loud as it'll go without blowing up my speaker. And I'm just going to have a siren blaring or something like that. Or maybe I'll play Baby Shark or... No, I'm just kidding. Maybe a siren. So audible type of assault. And I also have these little infrared motion sensors. I can maybe switch to the desk and show you, but the idea is that these can run off of an Arduino as well. And when it detects infrared light, it will trip. And basically what happens is my Arduino could maybe send a message off to a server that I already have out on the internet, maybe through MQTT or something like that. And it can do something. Maybe I can tell it to trip that alarm and blare the siren. That's an idea too. Let's see, what else do I got? Oh, the Molly project. These are actually sonic sensors. Right, so I can use this. I can maybe not Molly, but I can use I can use the sensors to detect distance. This is an old farmhouse, right? So nothing is square. Like none of the doors are perfectly square or lined up. So a contact type of thing would be pretty much useless, right? But what I can do is I can face one of these sensors at its door, and if it'll detect the distance, right? So if it's like a couple meters or something like that, and then if the door opens, that distance will change quite drastically, and then you can trip an alarm. Now, I'm not going to have a chance to do all this before Thursday, and that's the day I'm going up, but I'll be going up again in November, and I can do more then. The biggest thing right now is the cameras. I have this emergency stop button that I was going to sell on Etsy before the Canada Post mail strike. Originally it was going to be like kind of a sensory type of fidget toy thing. Nice satisfying click, you turn it and it goes back up. I'm going to use this as my emergency button here at the house. So if one of the cameras go off, then what I can do is hit the button and all hell can break loose in the house. Okay, think about this. You remember the Home Alone series? Like the Home Alone videos? That type of thing. That's kind of what I'd like to do, but I can't. Like, I can't go that far. Legally in Canada, you can't harm somebody. I'm pretty sure I can damage the eardrums and make them blind, but at the same time, you can't. I can't have some electrocute somebody or something like that. I had told one of my friends that I wanted to do a fog machine. Oh god, that would be so epic. They have fog machines for security, right? It just basically alarm trips and fog fills the room and you're not stealing anything. But I don't know if me building that would be allowed. Like, what if the person got hurt? Is a thief going to sue me and take the house? You know what I mean? In that case, I might as well give it to them. So, what else do I got here? Okay. I'm going to try to get this done before Thursday. These are ESP32 camera modules. They're only 2 megapixels, so they're not going to be like high quality. But I thought maybe embedding this into something or making like some kind of enclosure where you don't think it's a camera, and so it just records, right? So what else do I have going on? Oh, I have a ton of these little smart plugs here. So the idea is that I'm going to have these all around the house. Things will turn on and off. I bought a cheap little radio off of Amazon, so I can just turn like random schedule type of thing, so it makes it seem like it's occupied. The big thing in security is that you're trying to deter first, okay? If you can deter somebody from committing a crime, then it's a lot easier to deter, I guess is kind of what I say. Now, I've worked in the security industry for about 10 plus years, so that would be physical and InfoSec. Most of my experience is the cybersecurity side of things, but I do have a lot of experience with physical as well. And the idea is that if you can light up an area, thieves do not like lighting. You will reduce your risk of crime. Males typically, this is a completely type of video. I told you it's going to be a different video. Males typically rob at night, and females typically rob during the day. Interesting facts, completely irrelevant. Anyway, I have light bulbs that are Wi-Fi as well, so I can turn lights on and off. What else do I got going on? Trying to see. Oh, so I have microphone. I don't know. I probably won't get a chance to get working. It's a little microphone. One in. Look at you. Anyway, I can't see that. It's a little microphone, and the idea is that it'll work over I2S on the ESP32. And the idea was I have some open mics around the room or around the house as well, just to kind of get an idea of what's going on. Thing about it is, this house has mice, so every little sound I hear is not going to be a thing. Oh, yeah. So there's a lot of things that you're not allowed doing, especially in Canada here. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing in the States, but I was going to have a nice little countdown made in a little enclosure, but apparently the things that you would typically have that would try to deter somebody for a countdown you're not allowed to build them, even if they're completely innocent. So I have set that aside. I'm not going to make something that looks like it's counting down. The one last thing is that I have a Raspberry Pi. I'm going to bring an old computer monitor to the place as well, and I'm going to have it playing. You know how you have the free TV type thing? So I'm going to get it so it'll play free TV, and it's going to be jail. Come on, you gotta have. Most people, when they get robbed or when they have a break and enter, they get really scared. And that is, my wife will not stay in the house. So there's definitely that. We have to rent a hotel when we go up here on Thursday. But for me, I have a real big interest in kind of the criminal element. In my job, I get paid to think like a criminal. And I am so good at my job because I do think like a criminal. That's not a bad thing. It's you have to kind of get into the mind of what people are after and how they act and how they behave. So to me, this is kind of like, okay, let's see what I can get them to do or not to do. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I know this is probably kind of a long video, and like I said, it may not be everybody's cup of tea. So if you have made it this far, thank you very much. In the future, you're probably going to see some more security-related type of projects, like real projects, because when I go up in November, I want to have things like tripwires and different things like that. That trigger an alarm, nothing else, I promise. All right, so that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.